this morning, I just want to take the opportunity to wish in advance Happy International Day of Persons with Disability to the community of persons with disability living in St. Lucia. And this year we celebrate under the global theme, Amplifying Leadership of Persons with Disabilities for an Inclusive and Sustainable Future. And I would also thank the Prime Minister for seeing the need this year to give disability the type of recognition and the type of attention that it requires, by ensuring that he gave a specific ministry the responsibility to deal with disability and disability affairs. And we have done quite a bit from the time that we started through the ministry. I also want to thank the Department of Equity, who had the responsibility prior and who literally set they put down the groundwork for us, and we took it from them. It's just a battle, handing over of a battle, and we took it from them. In 2020, St. Lucia signed on, we ratified the Convention for the Rights of Persons with Disability. And as we all know, when you ratify a convention, it's just signing a piece of paper, and we figured that was not enough. So what we would have done after that is to give legs to the principles of the convention, and we ensured that after we made a ministry for persons with disability, we have embarked on creating a national disability policy. Tomorrow we will be at the Derek Walcott Square from 9 a.m. to celebrate, I think it's at the Constitution Park? Oh, it's Derek Walcott Square. Yes, we'll be at Derek Walcott Square to celebrate the International Day of Persons with Disability. At that celebration, we will see individuals with disability put on a show for us. We're also going to have a formal gathering in the morning, and in the afternoon we have what we call a mini concert. But most of the individuals who are going to be there will be persons with disability, and this is the first time that we're going to be giving the type of precedence, the type of importance to the International Day of Persons with Disability. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll also be there to deliver a few remarks. But as a government, we've done quite a bit. We've made it our business to ensure that every decision we take, we try to ensure that we give consideration to persons with disability. So for education, for instance, we've expanded the scholarship program to ensure that persons with disability now have an equal opportunity to get a scholarship and to succeed. We're looking at putting together a disability registry. We've already started the groundwork as it relates to that. We've partnered with CARICOM and other agencies, international agencies, and Indian company to ensure that persons who are unable to afford a prosthetic limb, for instance, will have an opportunity to get a prosthetic limb at no cost. And we know how the type of empowerment that comes with being able to, I can stand on my feet today because I have a prosthetic limb. And we know that some persons, the truth is, some people just cannot afford a prosthetic limb. So we have a situation whereby we're able to partner along with CARICOM, with the help of the CARICOM and our CARICOM member states, with an Indian company. And very soon we'll see persons in Lucia receiving prosthetic limbs for free. We're working on getting, as we speak, Prime Minister has already given us the go-ahead to go and get a space that is accessible to put because currently the Ministry of Disability Affairs is not a very accessible space. You know, number 5 Monjero Street. So we're going, Prime Minister have given us the go-ahead and the all clear to go and get a space that is disability friendly and that is accessible. And we don't want it to just be the building that is going to be utilized for persons with disability. We don't just want it to be accessible, but the aim is moving forward, especially for our building codes and whatnot, any building that is going to be providing a public good or public service to ensure that persons with disability can access these buildings, from elevators to ramps. But the plan is to ensure moving forward that we're able to pass that type of disability specific legislation that will create the type of empowerment that we're looking for persons with disability. And as Minister, I pledge to continue to be the voice for those persons in the community. We held a stakeholder meeting about a month and a half ago. That went very well. We got quite a bit of recommendations coming from that meeting, and we held a meeting with persons who are within the sphere of persons with disability, so the blind welfare, along other agencies. They came in and we had a very good meeting and quite a few recommendations. We realized there are some low-hanging fruits, and we're going to move very swiftly to try to implement some of these low-hanging fruits. So I just want to wish again everybody in St. Lucia, especially those persons in the community, of disability, persons with disability, a happy International Disability Day tomorrow, and I look forward to celebrating with them. And just to close off that note, I want to encourage persons, the general public, the general community. We have a culture in St. Lucia where people are not very disability friendly. People don't respect disability-specific legislation or signs. You see, can disregard when you go into the supermarkets, when you go along Bridge Street next to General Post Office, by the church, opposite the Catholic Church. 90% of the times, persons who are not disabled occupy the parkings for persons with disability. I think they say, I know in Trinidad there's something called shame them, called name them and shame them, where you literally highlight those persons who pay disregard to the signs for persons with disability. But I think now is a time, especially looking at where we're going as a country, now is a time where we have to shift. We must have a sort of paradigm shift as it relates to the culture and how we deal with persons with disability. So I want to encourage, I think the only disability, and I've said that before, the only disability that anybody can have is the inability to see ability in somebody who has a disability. Yeah, so some of us who believe that because you're disabled you cannot do anything. I think that is the only disability, is the mindset that some of us have as it relates to persons with disabilities. So having said that, I want to just wish everybody in St. Lucia who has a disability, and I want to thank those caregivers, those family members who have been providing care for persons with disability, a happy International Disability Day.